So today we have to discuss about the effects of tariff in a large country case. So the last class we discussed the effects of tariff in a small country case. So if it is a small country, then the country would be a price taker, and after the imposition of tariff, there will be no change in the international price. Okay, only the domestic price will increase by the amount of tariff. But in case of large country, then there would be effect on international price. So if a large country imposes a tariff, then the import demand will decrease and it will lower the international price of the commodity. And this is known as the terms of trade effect of tariff. Okay. So this is the graph for the large country case. This is 0. Okay, there is a mistake in the book. This is not 10, this is 0. Now from this graph you can see that this is demand for commodity X and this is the supply of commodity X, and if there is no trade, then this is $3 would be the price of commodity X, okay, in the domestic market, and the 60 units will be produced and consumed. And so the equilibrium price is $3 and equilibrium quantity would be 60 if there is no trade. But if there is a free trade, then this $1 is the international price. Okay, so at this $1, this nation can import whatever is the amount of commodity X. So at $1, we can see that this 20 is the domestic supply and this 100 is the domestic demand. So this means 100 minus 20, so 80 X is the excess demand which is fulfilled through imports. Okay. Now when 100% tariff is imposed on the import of this commodity, if it is a small country, then we know that there will be no effect on the international price and the domestic price will increase from $1 to $2. But because this is a large country and when a tariff is imposed, there is decrease in the amount of imports, and this decrease in amount of import will put a pressure on international price to decrease. And suppose this is the international price, $0.75. Okay, so there will be a decrease in the international price of commodity X after the imposition of tariff by this large country. Okay, now we can see the effect of tariff on producer, effect of tariff on consumer, on revenue, and on welfare. Okay, so we know that the area below the demand, okay, this is the demand curve, area below the demand and above the price before the imposition of tariff. So this whole area is the consumer surplus. Okay, after imposition of tariff, this is the price. Okay, 1.75, because 0.75 is the international price now, and then plus $1 tariff, so 1.75. So this area is the loss in consumer surplus. Okay, this area. A, G prime, H prime, B. This area is the loss in consumer surplus after imposition of tariff by this large country. Can you calculate the monetary value of this loss in consumer surplus? Okay, we can just take this triangle and this rectangle. So calculate the area of rectangle, calculate the area of triangle, add both area, you will get the monetary value of the loss in consumer surplus. So just calculate quickly. And you know how to calculate the area of rectangle, base into height. Okay, so you have base and height, and area of triangle is half into base into height. Yes. Yes, any answer? Yes. I need answer for the loss in consumer surplus. This is the height, 0.75. This is the base, 85. So you will get the area of this rectangle. Then you have triangle. This is the height, and this is the base, 100 minus 85. So if you add these two areas, the area of rectangle and the area of triangle, you will get the value, monetary value of the loss in consumer surplus. Yes, any answer? Yes. You are taking too much time to just calculate this. It's very easy.
Sir, can you repeat the question because I
My,
lost
my question
connectivity
is,
issue.
what is the loss in consumer surplus after imposition of tariff by this large country? You see, after tariff, the domestic price will increase from $1 to $1.75. Why it is 1.7? Because international price will decrease to 0.75. So 0.75 plus $1. So, so this is the new price after imposition of tariff. Before it was $1, now it is $1.75. So this area is the loss in consumer surplus. We have to calculate the monetary value of the loss in consumer surplus. So in this we have one rectangle, one triangle. Okay. So you just calculate the area of rectangle. What would be the area of this rectangle? A, G prime, H prime, N. Yes. What would be this area? Base into height. Base, you know. Okay. This is 0, not 10. Just multiply 0.75 multiplied by 85. What is the answer?
63.75.
63.75. Then you have to calculate this, the area of this triangle.
Oh,
And
5.625.
if you add both, what is the
69.395. 69.375.
69.375? Okay. But
375.
you calculated this area, you calculated this area. I will show you. Okay. Consumer surplus declined by A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. This is the area, no? A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. So this means this whole area. This area. This. This. This is the loss in consumer surplus. So here we have one. This means this is A prime. This area is A prime. Okay, this is B prime. This is C prime. This is D prime. So you can calculate all these, or you can say this is rectangle and this is triangle. So if we calculate area of rectangle, area of triangle, you have this. See, 69.375. This is area of rectangle. This is the area of triangle, and we add both. Okay, we add both. So this is the loss in consumer surplus after imposition of tariff by this large country. Okay. Now from this loss, okay, you can see that this portion will go to whom? This portion is what? A prime is what? This is gain in producer surplus, because before this area is the producer surplus. Producer surplus is the area below the price and above the supply line. So this area is producer. But when a tariff is imposed, so this is the price. So area below the price and above. So this whole is the producer surplus. So it means this area is the gain in producer surplus. A, G prime, J prime, and C. This area is the gain in producer surplus. Now, can you calculate this gain? So in this area also you can see that there are two parts. This is rectangle, this is triangle. Okay, so you have to calculate the area of this rectangle, area of this triangle, add both, you will get gain in producer surplus. Okay, give me the value. Yes, 0.75 multiplied by 20, you will get this area or rectangle. Then again half multiplied by 0.75 multiplied by this 35 minus
rectangle का answer है 15.
15. Then calculate the area of triangle.
Sir, 20.625 total.
20.625 is total, no? Okay.
Yes, sir.
What about others? Are you getting 20.625?
Yes, sir. 20.625.
Okay. It's easy, no? Just 0.75 is height. This is base. So you can get rectangle 0.75 multiplied by 20. Then half multiplied by 0.75 multiplied by this area. 35 minus 20 is 15. So you got producer surplus loss. This is 20.625. Your answer is correct. You see this. 0.75 multiplied by 20 and then half 0.75 multiplied by 50. So this is the area of triangle. This is the area of rectangle. Add both, you will get the loss in consumer surplus. Now you see how much revenue would be generated. Now you have to be careful because this is the price in the international market. This is the price in the domestic market. So this whole area is the revenue area. $1 is revenue on each unit, and how many units are imported? What is the revenue? What is the government revenue? $50. Okay, so because $1 multiplied by 85 minus 35, so government revenue. So consumer surplus fall by this, producer surplus rises by this, and government revenue is $50. Now in this case, if we want to see the welfare effect, what do you think? There will be a welfare gain or welfare loss? There will be a net welfare gain or net welfare loss? What do you think?
It's gain.
Is a gain, because can you see the welfare loss area? This is the welfare loss, no? Deadweight loss.
Yes, sir.
It's B prime, and D prime. These two triangles are welfare loss. Okay, and what is the monetary value of this welfare loss? If you add B prime to D prime, what is the monetary value of B prime? Yes, you calculated this triangle already. Yes, how much? That base is 35 minus 20, height is 0.75. So 0.75 multiplied by the difference of these two. What is the value?
11.25.
I'm not asking the sum of these two. I'm asking this B prime only.
Yes,
So its value is
Sir, it's
11.25.
11.25.
Only B prime.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
When we minus 35 from 20 minus from 35 and multiply by 0.5, 0.75.
Multiply by 0.5 also. No? Because it's a triangle, no? It's a triangle. Half multiplied by 0.75 multiplied by this 15.
So it's 25.
No, it's 5.625.
5.625. And this triangle is what? How much?
सर इसकी तो वैल्यू से चेंज हो रही है
5.625 is this triangle, no? D prime. I'm asking D prime. This is 100 minus 85 is the base. Height is 0.75. Yes.
सर सेम ही होगा
Yes.
सर 7.5 आ रहा है मेरा आंसर
7.5 आ रहा है कैसे 0.75 multiply by 15 multiply by half 0.5.
These are same ना? ये तो
सर
same
सेम आएगा
सेम आएगा ना सेम आएगा जिस तरह
सर
ये
सेम आएगा
इसमें भी ये 15 है बेस इसमें भी 15 है
यस सर यस सर यस सर
ठीक तो यहाँ पे कितना आया था
5.625
5.62 plus
Yes.
5.65. What is the sum?
सम
It's 11.25.
Yeah, this is written here. D prime plus D prime is $11.25. So this is loss in welfare, no? Because this is deadweight loss. No? These two triangles are deadweight loss. And the gain in welfare is this, because there is a decrease in the international price of this commodity. So this rectangle was not available before imposition of tariff, but after imposition of tariff, this is available, and this is already calculated. This is 12.5. So this is the gain in welfare. Why this is a gain in welfare? Because there is a decrease in the international price of this commodity, and there is improvement in terms of trade. Do you remember what is terms of trade? How do we calculate terms of trade? Terms of trade equals price of what? Divided by price of what? Price of export divided by price of
Import.
Okay, so this ratio is called terms of trade. Now, because price of import is in denominator, when there is a decrease in the price of import, so this means there is improvement in terms of trade. So now in this case, welfare gain, we have to compare welfare gain and welfare loss. If after imposition of tariff, welfare gain is greater than welfare loss, if it is greater, okay, if this is greater than this, so there will be net welfare gain. Okay, there will be net welfare gain. If this is less, if welfare gain is less than welfare loss, so then there will be net welfare loss. Okay, if both are same, if after imposition of tariff welfare gain equals welfare loss, so it means there is no change in welfare. Okay, so looking to this, we can say, because in case of a small country, there was no welfare gain. Why there was no welfare gain? Because there was no change in international price of X. There was only welfare loss, deadweight loss. But here, in case of large country, because there is a decrease in the international price, so we also have welfare gain. So then, to know whether there will be a net welfare gain or net welfare loss, we have to compare welfare gain with welfare loss. So in this case, what do you say? Whether there is a net welfare gain or net welfare loss? क्या आंसर होगा आपका? By looking to the welfare gain and welfare loss. Yes. There will be net welfare gain or net welfare loss.
सर नेट वेलफेयर गेन हुआ है.
गेन हो रहा है, नेट वेलफेयर गेन.
नेट वेलफेयर गेन.
लॉस नहीं हो रहा.
Because this one is welfare gain. Okay. This one is welfare loss. So welfare gain is 12.5. Welfare loss is 11.25. There is a net welfare gain. How much is net welfare gain? How much is one net welfare gain?
$1.25.
माइनस कर
Yes,
देंगे.
$1.25. So 12.5 minus 11.25. So net welfare gain is 1.25. Okay, so we discuss all this. Okay, so when there is a imposition of tariff, you can see that production increases from 20 to 30. When tariff is imposed, production increases from 20 to 30. Consumption decreases from 100 to 85. Okay, and the tariff price would be 1.75. Okay. Consumption decreases from 100 to 85. Imports will fall from 80 to 50. Before tariff, imports were 80. Okay, after tariff, import is 50 because 100 minus 20 is 80. So this is before imposition of tariff. After tariff, this is the price. So domestic supply is 35, domestic demand is 85. 85 minus 35 is 50. So import will decrease to 50. So we also calculated the loss in consumer surplus, okay, gain in producer surplus, and government revenue is 50. So this will generate a net gain 1.25. So there is a net welfare gain. So this means if it is a large country, it is a possibility that the large country, for a large country, there may be a net welfare gain or net welfare loss or no change in welfare after imposition of tariff. But for a small country, what would be the situation? There will be a net welfare gain or net welfare loss after
Net welfare
imposition of
loss.
tariff. Yes, for a small country, there will always be net welfare loss because there is no welfare gain. Why there is no welfare gain? Because will be no change in the international price, so there will be no change in the terms of trade. So looking to this, okay, so this means we discuss about this. So there is a possibility of imposing optimum tariff. So if a large country knows that there is a possibility of welfare gain after imposition of tariff, so they will impose such a tariff that their welfare gain would be more than welfare loss and there will be a net welfare gain. So such type of tariff that increases the welfare of the nation is known as the optimum tariff. So optimum tariff is the tariff rate that maximizes the benefit resulting from the imposition of tariff. So it means for a large country, it is possible to impose optimum tariff. Okay, like the example which we discussed. So it means in this case, this tariff is the optimum tariff because this is resulting a net welfare gain. Okay. But if one large country imposes optimum tariff, they will decrease their import and they will improve their terms of trade, and then there will be a net welfare gain. Then what will happen? There will be a retaliation by the trading partner, okay, the other large country. They will also impose optimum tariff, okay? Because when one country is imposing optimum tariff, there is a net welfare gain to that country and there will be improvement in the terms of trade of that country. Okay, so if I say the terms of trade, this is nation 1, price of X
एक्सक्यूज मी सर,
जी
आपने कहा कि टर्म्स ऑफ ट्रेड में बेनिफिट होगा, मतलब वो इंक्रीज कर जाएगी, तो वो कैसे होगा?
yes really this is terms of trade is price of export divided by price of import. Okay, when this decreases, what will happen? This will increase. So it means there will be improvement in terms of trade, no? Because price of import is in the denominator. So when price of import decreases, as we discussed in that case, the international price of import decreased after imposition of tariff. So then terms of trade will improve. But the problem is the terms of trade. Suppose terms of trade of nation 2 this is price of export divided by price of import. So when this nation imposes a tariff, there will be decrease in the international price, and the terms of trade of this nation will improve. And what will happen here? Which price will decrease? Price of export will decrease or price of import for nation 2? Yes?
Price of export.
Yes, because export of nation 2 are the import of nation 1. Okay, so when there is a decrease in the price of import, this means there is a decrease in the price of export. So then what will happen to the terms of trade of this nation? This will decrease.
Decrease.
So we can show that the terms of trade are reciprocal. No? If the terms of trade of nation 1 improve, then the terms of trade of nation 2 will deteriorate. If the terms of trade of nation 1 decreases, then the terms of trade of nation 2 will improve. Okay. So that's why whenever a large country imposes optimum tariff, they are able to decrease the price of import in the international market, and they will improve their terms of trade, and there will be a net welfare gain. But the problem is the second large country. They will suffer because there will be a decrease in the terms of trade, and there will be a net welfare loss to this nation. Then what this nation will do? This nation will also impose an optimum tariff, because this nation is also large nation. So they will retaliate. So this nation will retaliate, and this nation will impose optimum tariff. So when this nation imposes optimum tariff, so what will happen to the terms of trade of this nation? Will increase.
Increase.
And when the terms of trade of this nation increases, what will happen to the terms of trade of this nation? Yes.
Sir, decrease हो जाएंगी.
Will decrease. Okay. Mute your mic. And again, this nation will impose the optimum tariff to improve their terms of trade, and then again the terms of trade of this nation will decrease. So retaliation and counter retaliation. So then what would be the end result? If every time they are imposing a tariff, they are trying to improve their terms of trade, they are trying to improve to get net welfare gain. So what is happening to the volume of trade? It will increase or decrease?
Sir, it will increase.
Volume of trade will increase or decrease?
डिक्रीज होगा सर.
डिक्रीज होगा ना, क्योंकि
Increase होगा
हर
sir,
का
increase.
इंपोर्ट कम हो जाएगा ना. Whenever you are imposing a tariff, this means every time there will be a decrease in import whenever you are imposing a tariff. So this means this will start a tariff war. Whenever optimum tariff, a large nation
Yes, sir.
imposes, the other large nations, they will also impose optimum tariff, and this will start a tariff war, and the end result would be the volume of trade will be very low, or there will be no trade. Just
Sir,
like
it's a
we
current trade war.
yes, it will
It's
result
the
a tariff
war
war,
होगी.
no? It will result a tariff war,
Yes, sir, tariff war.
and then end result would be a decrease in the volume of trade. Okay. So it is important to note that positive welfare gain exists only if no retaliation in other markets occurs following the imposition of tariff. So it means for a large nation, there will be a net welfare gain if there is no retaliation by other nation. But history does not support no retaliation assumption. So it means in history we see that there are retaliation by other nation and it has resulted tariff war. Then we have nominal tariff and effective rate of protection. Nominal tariff is the percentage increase in the price of the final commodity. So 50% ad valorem tariff raises the price of commodity by 50%, generating 50% nominal tariff. And then we will see the effective rate of protection. Okay. The effective rate of protection is calculated on the increase in the domestic value added. So we see how much is the increase in the domestic value added offered by this tariff protection. Okay. So normally the effective rate of protection is a better measure of protection offered to the producer because it takes into account the cost of production. Okay. I will show you one example. Okay. Suppose there is a product, the price of this product is 10,000, okay, and the input cost is 5,000, okay. So this means value added is 5,000, okay. 10,000 is the price, 5,000, this is 5,000 is the input cost. So the value added is 5,000, okay. So value added is 5,000. Now we have 10% ad valorem tariff. So $10,000 is the price. 10% of 10,000 is 1,000. So this means price will become 11,000. So because this is on the price, so this is the gain in value added, this 1,000. Okay, because before value added was 5,000, now value added is 6,000. So this 1,000 is the gain in value added. So 1,000 divided by 5,000. So there is a 20%. And this 20% is the effective rate of protection. Because in this case there is no change in the input cost. Okay, so this is the effective rate of protection. Now I will show you second case. Now in this case, suppose there is 20% ad valorem tariff, okay, nominal tariff is placed on input. Okay, if there is a 20%, what would be the 20% of input cost? 5,000. Yes, how much? 20% of 5,000 is how much? Yes.
Sir, 1,000 रुपये होंगे. Sir, 1,000 rupees.
1,000 rupees, no? So it means input cost will increase from 5,000 to 6,000. Okay. Now we can see that input cost has increased because this is on input. So value added has decreased from 5,000 to 4,000. So this is the loss in value added, 1,000. So that's why we have minus 1,000. Loss in value added divided by original value added 5,000. So this minus 20% is the effective rate of protection. So effective rate of protection is minus 20%. Before the tariff was on the final price, the effective rate of protection was plus. Here is minus. Now the third case. Now suppose there is 20% tariff on input and 10% on final output. What would be the effective rate of protection? Yes, can you calculate? %20 tariff on input cost, 10% tariff on the final output. So what would be the effective rate of protection?
30%.
30%. Yes. Any other answer? Yes. If there is a 20% tariff on input, so this means input cost will increase from 5,000 to
6,000.
6,000. And if there is a 10% tariff on final output, so value added will increase from 5,000. Okay. So this final price will increase from 10,000 to, if there is a 10% tariff.
11.
11,000. Yes, 11,000. So then let me show you. This is the loss in value added because 20% tariff on input cost, and this is the gain in value added 1,000 because of 10% tariff on final price. So in this case, loss is $1,000, gain is $1,000. So what is the effective rate of protection? Zero. Okay. Effective rate of protection is 0.
Sir.
So in this way we calculate the effective rate of protection. Okay, so this is the end of today's lecture. I stop recording.